Well, hello there and welcome to issue number 91, and this issue concerns the Scorpio horse. If you look on the caption prior to the video, those are all the dates you have to be this Western and Eastern astrological combination. If there's any questions or about the video or any dates that you want to know, any 12 years previous, etc., just message me or drop me a line on here and I will give you the information or answer your question as soon as I possibly can, which is normally very quick. Okay then, let's start in the beginning. What do we get when we get the Scorpio child mixed with the horse character of the Eastern astrology? Well, as we know with the Scorpio children, they're quite tough, they're very robust. Even the girls, they can be a little bit tomboyish. And the other girls around are a little bit wary, or the other lads around are a little bit wary of this star sign. It's because they're very selective, quiet, and they're also very, very determined. There's a steely determination. It normally shows itself in sports when they're very sort of young. They're going through their sporting, maybe getting into football or rugby or cricket or whatever it is. They normally show this, the determination comes out on the pitch, and you can normally pick out a Scorpio in that sense. You can say, wow, you know, and there's a dread of being beaten. So it's coupled with this that you see these characters emerge. Now if we throw the horse into the mix, now the horse, quite flamboyant, very good communicator. So this opens this child up a little, whereas they may be quite reserved, but don't be mistaken that they are, you know, being sort of aloof or anything like that. They're only reserved because they're taking it all in. They're quite emotive, so they are absorbing everything around them, even if they may not speak about something. They're absorbing it. So their surroundings, their classroom, they're very close friends. They know everything about their close friends. You might think that they might not paying attention, but they are. They're absorbing the whole thing. But with the horse, they become a better communicator. They become a little bit more flamboyant and a little bit open. So it really does help the Scorpio in the sense of, if they want to be helped, that is. Some of them do like to be secretive. They do like to choose their close friends and have their own sort of intense group, people that they can trust. Now with the horse Scorpio, occasionally someone might get in the mix who, you know, may not have done on other Scorpio children's lists, or as we work out through the adults, you know, they possibly may not have done, but there's a little bit more of an openness, there's a little bit more of a acceptance, because the horse is, as we've talked about, you know, they're a little bit flamboyant, and they like a little bit of show. They don't like to be, you know, like some of the Scorpios, quite diligent at the back of the class, or, you know, somebody who's quiet, taking everything in, just getting the stuff done, getting done, you know, what needs to be done, so they can get away and pursue their hobbies. You know, they're doing nothing lessons. So what we get here is that the horse really does aid the Scorpio in this sense, and they really find that they get noticed a lot more at school. They get not hidden, you know, not left out so much, because, as I say, they can sit back. All the other kids notice a Scorpio, but sometimes within, you know, the rounds of picking a team, picking this, picking that, you know, they get left out maybe a little because they like to sit back a bit. You know, they like to have they keep the determination to themselves. But this is a perfect combination for just saying, look, you know what I can do, boom. And this really aids this combination all through the years. If we go into the college years, the university years, there'll be ones that will, you know, put their case forward, be quite expressive, whereas some of the Scorpios tend to be inward, and they would think, well, if they don't know how good I am, that's their loss. You know, that's a little bit of the Scorpio attitude. Or if they don't know what a catch I am, it's their loss. But the horse will remind their suitors, or they'll remind their teachers, say, hold on a minute, and boom, they can reel it off, and this is what promotes them. It adds a bit to their armour. I love the Scorpios intensely, but I love this combination for the sense of, hey, hold on a minute, you know, they will push themselves out there. They don't wait until their toes are trod on before they sort of voice their opinion. They're quite frank, there's good exchanges of discussion, there's a bit more light-heartedness with them, and yes, I can see this combination really you know, benefiting each other. So if we're going through these college years, get through to university years, the young adult life, once again, they're going to the interviews. You know, not everybody's a mind reader. The Scorpio's got to remember this. Not everybody's a mind reader where they think immediately, you know, not everyone's an astrologer, say, for instance, or not everyone's as sensitive to say, wow, we've got somebody here, this person's ruthless in the business area, they're also very loyal, let's get this person on the phone. Not everybody can see that, but the horse will really portray themselves in the way that business is like. They get it down saying, look, this is what I've done, this is what I can do, boom, boom, boom. You know, Scorpios can cram up a little bit in interviews because they think, you know, if they haven't noticed it, well, you know, screw them, I'm not interested. So it takes that element of mind reader in a way, because as we know with Scorpios, they can tend to have these silences where they really like to be in tune with the family, they really like to be in tune with the partner, and if their partner doesn't know what they're thinking, well, then they really aren't on their level. So do they deserve to be their partner? You have to really pick up these little silent nuances and these little things that you'll become to learn with the other Scorpios. But the horse, they're saying, hold on a minute, get your game together, or I'm sorry. They'll apologise quite openly, as I said, because they're quite flamboyant. They like to dress well. You will spot this one. As we know, the Scorpios are very individual. But this one will dress a little bit, maybe quirky, a little bit eccentric. You'll notice a little bit of something. Male or female, they have their own style, very innovative, but it's distinctly theirs. So that's another key to finding them and seeing what they look like. You know, you could spot them. You know, you've got to keep an eye out, always out for the determination with the Scorpio, especially in the work arena. You know, you've got to just sense that. But also, if they're wearing a little bit something different, you know, even if everybody's set to wear the same uniform of whatever job it may be or whatever pursuit it may be, but there'll be something slightly different, ever so slightly different. Whether a football player, there may be a bright green boot with some sort of there'll be something slightly different that they want us to appear to say, I'm this individual, you know, look at me, you know, and they're not hiding themselves. So if we look at the possible partners for these people, they're great, as we say, they're a great loyal combination. You won't never feel as though you're not loved. You will feel totally loved. You will feel totally in the picture. They'll be brutally honest, but they'll be brutally honest in a way to be helping you. It won't be criticism for the sake of doing it. They'll be honest and say, look, this is what I'm not liking you doing, but hey, can we try this? So that's good. It's very helpful because to catch one of these, you know, they're top draw. So we have to really sort of listen, and we have to give feedback, and you know, above all else, we can be ourselves with this combination because of their little prone to eccentricities and the way they dress. They will embrace what you do. So you've got somebody who's totally going to be zoned in to their partner. But who's the partner going to be? Well, I love to see the horses, the Scorpio horses, I love to see them with the Tiger family. The Tiger family, they will respect, there's a lot of respect between these two because, okay, you've got the horse, especially the Scorpio horse, very, very hot-blooded. The Tigers do like encounters like that, but they also like to be kept on their toes. They like a little bit of mystery. You can't get any bit more mysterious than a Scorpio. So there's a wonderful mixes in there, things to keep them both very interested. There'll be a lot of respect for the tiger from the horse, but the way they like fair play, the way they go about their business, they carry themselves very well, and they're very, they're very polite. They will say when something's not right. They appreciate that honesty. So there's a lot of things going for these. So let's go for the Capricorn tiger, the Pisces tiger, the Cancer tiger, and also the Virgo tiger. Very, very good matches. Also, I like the dog family for the horse. A lot more hot-blooded is the horse than the dog, and we know about this. But how caring is a dog? Probably one of the most caring in the whole of the signs. And that warmth that the horse gets from this, because you're going to have somebody who's totally zoning in, totally loyal. You're going to have the dog who's going to always be at your side, appreciate that loyalty and give you tenfold back. It's a very loyal union, and it's a very loving one. It's not in the hot-blooded zone, but it's a caring, the little things, that you think, they haven't remembered that, but they always will remember that. Little things like your first song, your first date, just them little poignant memories and them little poignant things, they will always remember the dog. So that's fantastic, and it makes them feel very, very secure. So let's look for the Capricorn dog. We'll look for the Pisces dog, the Cancerian dog and the Virgo dog. All wonderful, wonderful matches. And as I say, you've got a lovely, loyal combination with the Scorpio horse. You just have to read them a little bit. Take their feedback not as criticism, not as, they're just doing it for the sake of picking on me. They never do that. They always try to be constructive. And so, there's a lot of honesty with their partners. If we look at the ones to avoid, well, we've got to avoid rats at all costs for horses. Vice versa, it doesn't work well for the rat or the horse. So, slight unpredictability sometimes of the horse, and those eccentricities unsettles the rats, because the rat loves security. Yes, the rat could be loyal, but the uncertainties will make them anxious. Therefore, the horse looks at somebody who they don't think is very confident, somebody who might be a bit flaky even. So then they tend to back away, thinking, hold on a minute, is this someone worthy of everything I've got? So they don't really, really mix very well at all. Tend to end up being a bit standoffish towards each other, and probably wouldn't even notice each other, because, the circles they may wander in, could be very, very different, and possibly are very, very different. Well, thank you for tuning in, and please join me on my next issue. Thank you.